guys, Load354, 5 awesome Transformers guys, response, getting questions about getting to know a nerd. Brilliant, really nice one, really pleased with this, to get me, nice one to sort of introduce myself a bit more properly, now that I'm in time with everyone else. So, first question, which was, I had to write these down, I took Devious's advice. My first nerd love. Now, to answer to this, depending on how I want to take the question. First nerd love, first thing I really collected and got into and was interested in, I would have said, like you guys would probably say Transformers. I mean, come on. I would actually say I'm actually a little bit, Transformers was a little bit before my time, but what I collected and had all of them was Mighty Max. Does anyone remember those? It was like a playset, almost like they were almost took off Polly in my pocket. That it was like a playset, but it was like a fucking skull or a Cyclops head or something was what the playset looked like. And you opened it up and there was a whole play scene with ropes and traps and and the main character was just this little kid with a baseball cap, and the cap changed colour every toy for some reason, and he had monsters to fight, and it was just an exciting thing, and each packaging had a little comic strip of an idea of the plot. So there's like, oh no, the Cyclops is coming, haha, but I will use this trap and defeat him, hooray, and then he jumps through a portal and goes to the next place. I loved Mighty Max, I had all of them. They only started going downhill actually when they started introducing too much plot, because they got a cartoon series to it and they brought in characters like Virgil, who was this wise old owl anthro thing, and Norman, who was an old Viking barbarian, and the baseball cap he wore opened portals and he had to save the world, and bleh. When actually it was much more exciting when there wasn't a plot. When it was, there's a magic baseball cap and it takes you to these new places to have adventure, because then it wasn't Max, it was you. And you could do what you wanted, and it was much more free to write the plot as you feel. And yeah, there was a big guy, I can't remember his name, he was called like Skullmaster or something. It was a fucking Skeletor knockoff either way, but he was cool, because he was evil. So yeah, first nerdy love, Mighty Max. I don't have any to show you. My mother gave them to my friend's younger brother when I was a teenager. I'm sure everyone has stories along those lines. Other way of saying first nerd love, first sort of fantasy crush, would have to go to Tank Police. And Ina and Anna Puma, the Cat sisters, because in Tank Police 1 and 2, they do a striptease to confuse the SWAT team. And I was, what, 12? 12, 13, if that, just starting to hit puberty, just starting to just starting to realise girls. And I found anime and I watched, it was Tank Police and Guyver. Guyver was my big favourite, but with Tank Police, yeah, there's two hot blonde girls getting naked, sunk into my impressionable teenage mind like a lead weight into jelly, and I've had a cat thing for cat girls ever since. So that would be my nerd loves, my first sort of thing I got really geeky about, and the first sort of thing I had a crush on when I really shouldn't. So that's that one. Next one, my most prized possession. Come with me. Welcome to my dark and dusty board game cupboard. Oh well, I don't think I can show you anything like that. Lego Man! Away! Right. Ooh. Oh. 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 All the things. Right. Oh, here we are. My most prized possessions, plural, would be this stack of board games. This is Atmosphere. If you haven't played it, it's a board game where you have a video or DVD for the newer versions, which has a time limit and a guy who antagonizes you through the whole game whilst you try and beat him and everyone else. I love them. I really, really like these. These are great. And I have all of them. The original Atmosphere, Part 2, 3, and 4. I also have Atmosphere... What? Too close! Atmosphere, the Harbingers, and the Soul Rangers. They are cool. They got me into things like Ghost Rider and all that sort of skeletal cowboy stuff. The Soul Rangers add-on, and then both Atmosphere DVD, Khufu Atmosphere DVD, and the card game. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that existed, did ya? So these are my prized possessions. I love this game. A lot of people hate it. But when you've been playing the game for 45 minutes and you've got 5 people jumping up and down around a coffee table, screaming at each other to hurry the fuck up and roll the dice, because otherwise that bastard's gonna come back and ruin everything, you know you're having a good time. Just so exciting and cool. Love these games. I love having them. They don't get played often, but they are worth it every time. Favourite, most prized possession is this collection of board games. Love it. Favourite one? Atmosphere 2. Hang on. Setting up. Ugh, come into the light. Come into the light. Atmosphere 2. Baron Samedi. Hey kids, thrill me. He's great because he tries to be nice through the whole thing whilst being an absolute cock. And he plays memory games and music games with you and ends up turning into a right evil bastard. Love it. Absolutely love it. Probably my favourite one. But the collection as a whole, the Atmosphere collection as a whole, is my prize. My big prize. Question 3. Favourite movie franchise? Oh, so many things to choose from. That's a really, really difficult question. And ooh, no, that's not a movie. I'm not allowed to do that. Right. Movie franchises. Now, this is quite a tricky one. Now, a lot of people, I'm guessing, will Star Wars and Star Trek and things. Now, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I like Star Wars. I really enjoy it, but it just doesn't grab me the way it grabs some people. I don't know whether it's just because of when I saw it or what, but it's just not as exciting as a lot of people come out with. So good movie franchises. Well, the Toy Stories are very good. The X-Men are meh. This is a surprisingly good franchise. The Tinkerbells are actually really fun, plus the fact it's full of hot fairies. They're sexy, they're good. Now, unfortunately, though, the main kind of movie I like, if you're getting into my kind of film, would be things like Machete, or, I haven't watched this one yet, but Hobo with a Shotgun, or bloody Drive Angry, or Repo Men. Yeah, I like really guts and gore, psycho action films. I just enjoy them. It's just fun and exciting and really, really silly while nobody's getting hurt whilst everyone's bleeding to death. Love it. So, on that note, I would have to say the film, if I'm thinking of film franchises that really get me going, at the moment I have to say it's what I'd call the Avengers franchise. So all the Marvel movies they're doing at the moment, Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, Captain America, and where's the bastard? You're in a shiny case. Oh, shiny case of Thor. That would be the film franchise I like. Why? Because it's every single movie's been really cool standalone movies, and they're building into something awesome. And it's really nice to see all the movies jump about. Just love it. Also, as I say, just at the moment, it's the one thing I'm really sort of getting my teeth into. and it's exciting and interesting, and can't wait to see what they make next. So at the moment anyway, that would be my favourite film franchise. So, video games. Yeah, I'm a Nintendo gamer. Yeah, so actually no, I'm a Nintendo, as you can see, Game Boy, Wii games, PC gamer. Used to be a big PC gamer, not much so anymore, mostly because I think PC games nowadays are a bit too complicated. I don't have time for big complex games, so I really can't be bothered. My PlayStation games, yeah, they're all fighting games. Look at the buttons. Look at the shiny buttons. I'm too hyper. Yeah, so what games do I actually like, which I come back to and remember? Metroids. I don't actually have a copy of the Metroid trilogy because I can't find a copy for a decent price. PC gaming, I was always into point and clicks, but they've kind of died out a bit. I know they're coming back, but again, I don't have time to sit and spend hours clicking away. So most of my PC gaming is FPSs. Now, I don't like Call of Duty. Call of Duty and Modern Warfare and that kind of things can go and suck my dick. What I want to play is stuff like Serious Sam and Quake and games where you shoot ugly monsters in the face with giant guns of silly. Pretty much, yeah, just love killing things in horrible, horrible ways, going back to my movie likes. More serious games, yeah, Zelda. I can go on for hours about why Zelda is the best thing, because it's kind of what all games are about, you know, a man and a woman and a MacGuffin and another man who's sometimes a pig. Brilliant, love it. So favourite franchise? Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Quake. I'm sorry, but yeah, Quake 2 in particular, favourite game ever, because it was certainly the first one. You know, you had things like Doom and Duke Nukem and that, which were all cool, but this was the first sort of big 3D serious shooter, where you're killing ugly ass alien cyborgs with guns that are just cool. Super shotgun for the win. Love it. So yeah, I have to say the Quake franchise is my favourite franchise, just because it's badass. Right. Final question. What have we got? Oh yes, this is the top 5. This is actually, yeah, top 5 interests. This is a really tricky one actually, because I was like, there's loads of things I like and I'm into, but would I call them huge things? Would I really cry if I couldn't get any more comic books? I don't know. I'm into comic books, but is it like a defining thing of me? I'm into video games, but is it a big defining thing of me? Pardon me. So I had to really think about what I actually do with my time for this. So I've got it down to 5. They're in no specific order, obviously. So let's roll with it. So my first one would be audiobooks. Audiobooks and radio plays. Why I spend probably about 70% of my time listening to audiobooks and stuff. I am very highly dyslexic, so I am not the strongest reader. So to read a book, I have to be instantly give a shit within like the first sentence. It has to pull me in, and it can't be too complicated, otherwise I can't be bothered reading it, because it takes me so long to read. Plus the fact I don't have time anymore to read. I used to read quite a lot, but I've got other things to do. I've got to, you know, I don't have a mother to clean the house anymore, you know? So I listen to audiobooks and listen to radio plays all the time. When I'm cleaning the house and doing the dishes and cooking dinner, I'm listening to an audiobook. When I'm at work, if I'm on a delivery shift, I'm listening to an audiobook. If I'm going to bed and my mind's too busy going blah, 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 so I can't sleep, I listen to an audiobook. That's what I do. I've been listening to audiobooks like that since I was about 5 with a Fisher-Price Bright Red, my first cassette player. So yeah, audiobooks and radio plays are a big thing, and lead into my next thing I'm really interested in, which is sound design. Now, I am a sound engineer by trade. I don't actually do much. I work for a local charity hospital radio, but apart from that, I don't get nearly as much time to do sort of the sound stuff I'd like, or the equipment, or the space. But I'm really into things like, again, because I'm into radio plays and movies, as you saw, I'm quite into lots of different movies. I like cutting down and listening to how they do the Foley and how they make voices sound and things like that. So, although I'm a sound engineer, I'm not huge into music. I used to be very into music, but don't really care anymore. I don't really listen to music much. It's just doesn't hold my interest for very long, whereas building stories and things really interests me. So a prime example of me taking far too much interest was Women in Black, which was a recent movie out with Daniel Radcliffe, and I thought that movie was brilliant, and that wasn't even watching the film, it was just sitting and going, wow, this is a really tense scene, and all he's doing is walking down a corridor, but hang on, there's this sound effect, and this sound effect, and this rumble, and this high pitch. That's how they're doing it. And so that really, I get quite overly analytical about my sound. So that's question 2, that's number 2. Number 3 is a very obvious one. If anyone's watched my channel or watched 5 minutes ago, I'm into board games. I love board gaming as a general, just as a pastime to do social activity. You can all get together and sit and do this and talk and have something to focus on. It's really fun. I'm really into role play, like pen and paper role play and the whole storytelling aspect of it. I used to be into collectible games, things like Warhammer and Magic and all of that kind of thing, but I kind of got really fed up and a bit pissed off with anything collectible, because I'm working, all my mates work, we all work at different times. It's quite hard for us to get together regular to do this, and if you're going to play a collectible game, you have to meet up at least once a fortnight, and we don't have time to do that. And the nail in the coffin for me was Monster Apocalypse, because I got the Voltron Monster Apocalypse game and loved it, so sort of bought some bits, and some of my friends all got some bits, and actually we never had time to get together, and it was a pain in the arse trying to make these armies work, and so no. I like board games, like say Arkham Horror is a prime example, where it's a big game and you can play it loads of times, and every game is different, and if you're really into it and you do meet up all the time and play this and play it to death, you can buy an add-on, and there's loads of add-ons, but actually I don't have any of the add-ons. I've played it a couple of times, it's one of the pride of my collection. I don't need any more though, that box on its own is enough. So, and also with the whole thing, I'm into one-player games and puzzles, is the simple fact of, as I say, I really like board games, but it can be quite hard to get everyone together to play a game, so screw it, I'll play a game myself. So yeah, board gaming, big one for me. What's next? I can't remember. Oh yeah, number 4. This was one I was starting to struggle with. I started struggling now, so I actually put a weird one in, because it's not really about being nerdy or anything like that. It's roller coasters. I am huge on theme parks and roller coasters in particular. Whenever I look at going on holiday, it's not, oh, should we go to Ibiza and get drunk, or should we go to Corfu and sit on the beach? It's no, where's a theme park, what roller coasters has it got? You know, Disneyland, Alton Towers, Chessington World of Adventure, Thorpe Park, all of that. Just, that's what I do. I love the idea of getting on this thing and just having your adrenaline pumped through the roof. Love it. Just love it. As I say, I'm not, when I go on holiday, that's what I want to do, is go to a theme park. I'm not interested in wandering around castles or, you know, sitting on beaches or all of this stuff that most other ordinary people do. It's no, where's got a roller coaster and how many times can I go on it? So yeah, roller coasters, huge, one of my biggest going out and doing things interests. So question 5, or part 5 I should say, for me would be Disney, which sounds really weird, I know, but let me explain. I don't mean Disney as in just the princess movies and Mickey Mouse, but at the same time, if you're sitting there going, oh, Disney princess movies, I don't like those, how camp, then you are either a perf or never gonna get laid. Sorry, but it's true. Then, you know, but that's only like the smallest part of the entire world dominating thing that is Disney. What else do they have that makes them great? Marvel, the whole Avengers project, that's funded by Disney. Pixar, that's Disney. Some of the best movies in the world, and especially for us guys, especially for us, you know, some movies that, you know, Toy Story, you know, this is a forum about guys playing with toys. If you don't like Toy Story, I fail to understand why, especially the third one, which is about about death of toys. It's beautiful, it's art. WALL-E, a silent movie about a robot falling in love. That's cool. You know, especially because he looks like something out of Star Wars Dash Short Circuit. Then you've got, you know, what else have they got? Up, with a, you know, with the scene that is a complete romantic story with no dialogue that is better than the whole 4 Twilight films stuck together. What else? Muppets, that's ours. You know, I keep saying ours. If you've watched the videos, you'll know why I say that. Muppets is Disney. Muppets is huge again. Muppets is massive, and also is one of the best fucking TV programs ever. Jim Henson was a genius. What else have we got? What else do Disney own? They have Marvel, I think I've said that one. The best holidays you can go on. Just full stop, you know, if you give someone a pile of money and go on a really expensive holiday, where are they going to go? They're going to go to Disneyland. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You couldn't have, you know, it's got everything. You know, cruise lines, they've got everything on, you know, best holidays you can go on. Toy shops, yeah, probably one of the only toy shops still about. Full stop. You know, what does it sell? Action figures, toy cars, movies, cuddly toys, costumes, perfumes, dolls, everything. So yeah, I'm a big nerd. I like being a big nerd. So Disney, give me everything I could want under one roof, including fish. Finding Nemo's a fantastic movie. So yeah, Disney's a big thing for me. I love it. So yeah, that's me. I hope you enjoyed having a look around my house and hearing me being far too hyper. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!